Have you ever thought one simple test could predict how long you'll live after 80? What if your body is quietly sending clues about your future, right now? And what if the first warning sign is something so basic, you've likely ignored it for years? As you reach your 70s and move into your 80s, every year feels more meaningful, and every small change in your body becomes more important than ever. Most people don't realize it, but your body is already speaking to you. It's dropping subtle hints about your long-term health and potential lifespan. In this video, we're going to explore 7 compelling signs that scientists and doctors have observed over decades. Real patterns that may help predict how long you'll live after 80. And trust me, you'll want to stay with me until the end. Why? Because understanding these early signals can help you make smarter choices today. Small lifestyle shifts that may not only add years to your life, but also improve the quality of those years. Now, before we dive into the first sign, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. Your support allows me to continue sharing important health lessons for older adults. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future insights. If you find this video helpful, just comment 1 below. If not, comment 0. I value your honest feedback and use it to improve every episode. Let's begin with sign number 1, your ability to stand on one leg. Balance. It seems simple, until it starts to slip away. The ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds might not sound like a big deal, but it is a surprisingly powerful predictor of how long you may live. In fact, it's one of the most overlooked yet critical measures of physical health in aging adults. Extensive research shows that those who struggle with balance face a much higher risk of falling, suffering injuries, and even developing cognitive decline over time. On the flip side, seniors who maintain strong balance into their 70s and 80s often experience longer, healthier lives. It's not just about avoiding a fall. It's about what that balance represents: strength, coordination, brain function, and overall resilience. Living an active life into your later years often begins with the smallest habits. Take, for instance, the seemingly simple act of standing on one leg. It might look like a basic physical task, but in truth, it reflects a deep and intricate connection between muscle strength, coordination, and the health of your nervous system. That's why it's considered such a powerful indicator of your body's resilience. Let me paint a clearer picture by sharing the real-life examples of 2 women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has spent years nurturing her physical health. She walks every morning, practices yoga regularly, and has made gentle movement a core part of her lifestyle. When she lifts one foot off the ground, she can easily maintain her balance for 20 seconds or more. Her posture is steady, her gaze is calm, and her body moves with a quiet confidence that comes from years of consistent care and mindful activity. Now contrast that with Nancy. Unlike Carol, Nancy hasn't prioritized staying physically active. She hasn't thought much about balance or coordination. So when she tries to stand on one leg, she wobbles within seconds, instinctively reaching for a chair or the wall to keep from falling. At first, Nancy brushes it off, chalks it up to just getting older. But here's the important part. What she doesn't realize is that this loss of balance might be more than just a minor inconvenience. It could be an early warning sign of deeper issues brewing beneath the surface. Why does that matter? Because balance isn't just about staying upright. It's about the entire system working in harmony. Your leg muscles need to be strong enough to support you. Your nervous system has to respond instantly to small shifts in position. And your brain must constantly process information from your eyes, ears, and body to help you stay steady. When any one part of that system begins to weaken, balance becomes more difficult. And often, it starts to show in subtle ways, ones we tend to ignore until they affect our safety or independence. Sometimes the signs that our balance is fading don't scream for attention. but they whisper consistently. You may notice yourself stumbling more often. Perhaps you feel slightly unsteady when turning quickly, or find yourself relying on furniture or handrails just to move around the house. These aren't just minor annoyances or quirks of aging. They're your body's way of waving a red flag, urging you to pay attention. The good news? You're not helpless. In fact, balance isn't a fixed trait. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be strengthened and refined with the right approach. And here's something encouraging. You can start improving it today, no matter your age. Incorporating simple, low-impact movements into your daily routine can make a significant difference. Something as small as standing on one leg for a few seconds each day, perhaps while brushing your teeth or waiting for your tea to steep, can slowly but steadily retrain your body's sense of balance. Over time, those moments add up. Other exercises are equally effective. Try walking heel to toe in a straight line, like you're walking along an imaginary tightrope. This mimics how your body adjusts to stay upright. You can also explore gentle practices like Tai Chi. With its slow, flowing movements and emphasis on body awareness, it's especially helpful for improving coordination and core control. Plus, it's calming for the mind. These kinds of activities don't just build muscle or improve reflexes. They do something even more powerful. They rebuild your confidence. And that confidence translates into safer, more stable movement through daily life. Now here's a quick and simple way to check your current balance. Stand near a sturdy chair or countertop, something you can grab for support if needed. Then, lift one foot off the floor and try to maintain that position for at least 10 seconds. No wobbling, no touching anything. If you struggle to stay balanced, don't be discouraged, but don't ignore it either. Difficulty with this test may be your body's way of telling you that certain systems, muscles, nerves, coordination, need attention. The key is to act early. By starting regular balance exercises now, you're laying the foundation for stronger, steadier movement in the years to come. You'll reduce your risk of falls, protect your independence, and create space for a more vibrant, active lifestyle. A little effort today could mean a lot more freedom tomorrow. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment with the number 1 below to let me know you're still here with me. It means a lot. Now, let's move on to sign 2. Your grip strength. It might surprise you, but the simple strength behind your handshake, or how firmly you can grasp and hold an object, can reveal remarkable insights about your future health. For years, scientists have studied this one factor, and the findings are clear. Grip strength is one of the most reliable predictors of overall longevity and vitality. In older adults, grip strength is more than just a matter of physical power. It's a revealing marker of overall vitality. A firm, steady grip isn't just about strong hands. It reflects healthy muscles, good blood flow, and a nervous system that's functioning efficiently. These are the very systems that support balance, strength, and resilience in your day-to-day life. But when grip strength begins to decline, it can serve as an early warning sign. Often, it's one of the first indicators of sarcopenia, the gradual and dangerous loss of muscle mass that comes with age. And with that muscle loss comes a cascade of risks: increased frailty, a higher chance of falling, difficulty performing daily activities, and even a rise in cardiovascular complications. In short, a weakening grip can quietly hint at a reduced life expectancy, long before any serious symptoms appear. To better understand this, let's look at 2 men, Robert and Walter. Both are 78 years old, but their experiences tell very different stories. Robert has made physical activity a regular part of his life. He doesn't lift heavy weights or train like an athlete, but he incorporates light strength training and stays active with simple tasks around the house. He takes pride in his firm handshake, opening tight jars, lifting heavy grocery bags, or handling tools for home repairs. None of these give him trouble. His grip reflects the strength he's maintained through years of mindful movement and routine effort. Walter, however, has noticed something different. Over the years, his hand strength has slowly declined. Things he once did without thinking, twisting the cap off a bottle, holding onto a bag of books, now feel harder. Sometimes he asks for help. At first, Walter assumes it's just part of aging, but what he doesn't realize is that his weakening grip may be a quiet signal of something more serious, a broader loss of muscle strength throughout his body. Why is this important? Because the hands are often the first place we notice this decline. Your grip relies on the strength of your hands, forearms, shoulders, and even your core. If your grip is weakening, chances are other muscles are weakening too, even if you haven't noticed yet. And if that muscle loss goes unchecked, it can gradually erode your independence and your ability to perform essential daily activities. When left unaddressed, declining grip strength can quietly chip away at your ability to perform daily tasks, reduce your resilience to physical demands, and ultimately threaten your independence. It's not just about struggling to open a jar or hold a bag. It's about how that loss of power in your hands reflects the broader weakening of your body's systems. Even more concerning, studies have consistently linked poor grip strength with a greater risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. That's why experts now view grip strength as a key indicator of overall health, a kind of barometer for what's happening throughout your body. The good news? Grip strength, much like balance, can be improved with focused effort. You're not stuck with what you have today. You can build it back. Incorporating simple exercises into your daily routine can help protect and even rebuild strength in your hands and forearms. One easy way to start: squeeze a tennis ball or a stress ball for a few minutes each day. This small action helps activate and engage the muscles that matter most. If you're looking for more structure, hand grippers, available in most fitness stores, can offer a more targeted way to challenge and strengthen your grip. Beyond that, you might try carrying light dumbbells as part of your walk, doing wrist curls at the edge of a table, or practicing yoga poses that naturally engage your hands and upper body. These may seem like small efforts, but over time, they can produce real, lasting improvements in your physical capacity. Now, let's talk about how you can evaluate your own grip strength. Start by reflecting on your everyday experiences. Does your handshake feel weaker than it used to? Do you find yourself struggling more than before to open jars, turn doorknobs, or carry grocery bags? If you have access to one, a hand dynamometer offers a formal way to measure grip strength. But you can also do a quick self-test right at home. Grab a rolled-up towel or another firm object and squeeze it as tightly as you can. Hold it for a few seconds. How strong does it feel? How quickly do your fingers or forearms start to fatigue? If you notice weakness or difficulty maintaining the squeeze, it may be a sign that your grip, and perhaps your overall muscle strength, needs attention. Because at the end of the day, your grip strength is about far more than just the muscles in your hands. It's a reflection of how well you'll be able to hold on to your freedom, mobility, and vitality in the years to come. By taking action now, building your strength gradually, you're investing in your long-term well-being. You're giving yourself the best chance to stay active, independent, and fully engaged with life as you age. Let's now explore sign 3, your walking speed. Believe it or not, one of the most surprisingly accurate indicators of how long you may live after 70 isn't found in complicated medical charts or expensive tests. It's something far simpler, something you do every day without thinking. Rather than relying on high-tech equipment or complex diagnostics, one of the clearest predictors of how long you'll live after 80 is something far more visible and intuitive: your walking speed. Extensive scientific research has shown a consistent trend. Older adults in their 70s and beyond who are able to maintain a steady, brisk walking pace tend to live longer than those whose steps slow down significantly with age. And it's not just about how fast you walk. It's about what your pace reveals beneath the surface. Walking speed reflects a complex interaction between many aspects of your health, from muscle strength and cardiovascular endurance to joint flexibility, balance, and even mental sharpness. Your ability to move with purpose says a lot about how your body is holding up. Let me illustrate this with two men, both 75 years old, Joe and Frank. Their lifestyles are very different, and their walking speeds tell us a lot. Joe starts each morning with a brisk walk around his neighborhood. His steps are sure, his rhythm is smooth, and he navigates curbs, stairs, and uneven sidewalks with ease. Whether crossing the street or climbing a flight of stairs, Joe moves with confidence. His pace isn't rushed, it's efficient. His movements show that his body is well coordinated, supported by strong muscles and a heart that works hard without strain. These small daily actions reveal just how well his internal systems, cardiovascular, muscular, skeletal, and neurological, are working together in harmony. Now consider Frank. Over the years, Frank's pace has gradually slowed. His steps are shorter, more cautious, and he often pauses to catch his breath. On group outings, he lags behind, struggling to keep up. Stairs feel daunting. Long walks are something he now avoids. Unlike Joe, Frank's gait shows hesitation. He often feels unsteady, as if his legs aren't entirely cooperating. And while he might dismiss it as simply getting older, the truth is more serious. A slowing walking pace isn't just a harmless sign of aging. It can be a warning. It might suggest muscle atrophy, reduced heart and lung capacity, poor blood flow, or even the early onset of neurological issues like Parkinson's disease or cognitive decline. What's happening in the legs often mirrors what's going on in the brain and the heart. And here's why that matters. Your legs are the base of your physical independence. Their strength, coordination, and endurance are what allow you to move through life freely, whether it's shopping, socializing, or simply getting around your home. As they weaken, so does your world. But here's the silver lining. Walking speed isn't set in stone. Just like balance and grip strength, it can be improved. And often it begins with something as simple as committing to move a little more each day. Improving your walking speed doesn't require extreme effort, but it does require intentionality. Regular physical activity, especially walking, is one of the most powerful and accessible ways to strengthen your legs, enhance your balance, and support your heart health. If you've recently noticed that your stride has slowed or your steps feel more labored, don't shrug it off as just normal aging. These subtle shifts are important, and how you respond to them matters. Start small if you need to. Even a 10-minute walk each day can begin to shift your mobility in the right direction. What matters most is consistency. Over time, aim to extend those walks, gradually increasing your pace or distance as your endurance improves. That slow buildup lays the foundation for stronger muscles, better circulation, and greater independence. Complement your walking routine with simple strength-building exercises. Light resistance training, using hand weights or even your own body weight, can reinforce the muscles that drive your stride. Movements like squats, calf raises, or even chair-assisted leg exercises work wonders for stability and strength. Don't forget balance-focused activities. Gentle practices like Tai Chi, or even standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, can dramatically improve your coordination. These exercises reduce your risk of falls and support the fluid, confident movement that's so essential in later life. Ultimately, the way you move through the world, the speed, the steadiness, the control, is a reflection of your total body health. It's a living signal of how well your systems are functioning together. So don't underestimate it. By being intentional about your mobility today, you're laying the groundwork for a more independent, energetic future. Lace up your shoes. Step outside. Walk with awareness. The way you move could be one of the clearest signs of how long and how well you'll continue to live. If you're still with me and finding these lessons helpful, please comment the number 2 below. Your feedback lets me know you're learning alongside me, and I truly appreciate your time. Let's now turn our attention to sign 4, your sleeping patterns. Sleep, especially as we age, becomes much more than just a time to rest. It's a powerful biological process, a time when your body goes to work behind the scenes. During sleep, Your tissues repair, your immune system resets, hormones are regulated, and the brain clears waste products that, if left unprocessed, could interfere with memory and cognition. Research continues to show a strong link between consistent, high-quality sleep and longevity. Older adults who regularly enjoy 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted restorative sleep often experience better health outcomes and live longer, more vibrant lives. On the other hand, sleep disturbances, whether it's trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early, can raise your risk of serious issues like cardiovascular disease, weakened immunity, metabolic disorders, and cognitive decline. Poor sleep isn't just an inconvenience. It can quietly erode your health over time. Studies have linked chronic sleep disturbances to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, weakened immune response, cognitive decline, and even a shortened lifespan. In other words, the way you sleep tonight could influence how you live for years to come. To bring this into perspective, let's look at two men in their mid-70s, Sam and Graham, whose sleep habits offer a striking contrast. Sam follows a steady, disciplined sleep routine. He goes to bed at the same time each night and typically gets around 7 hours of uninterrupted rest. When he wakes up, he feels refreshed, alert, and ready to take on the day. That consistent rest fuels his mental clarity, keeps his mood stable, and supports a strong, active body. Whether it's running errands, connecting with family, or exercising, Sam remains engaged in life, and his quality of sleep plays a key role. Graham's experience is quite different. For him, bedtime is a nightly battle. He struggles to fall asleep, often wakes up multiple times during the night, and lies awake for long stretches. When morning comes, he doesn't feel rested, he feels drained. Fatigue follows him through the day. His memory falters. Concentration becomes a challenge. Slowly, this lack of quality sleep starts to impact more than just his energy. It begins to affect his blood pressure, elevate his stress, and weaken his immune defenses. If you find yourself in a similar situation, tossing and turning, waking up frequently, or rising without feeling restored, it's important not to brush it off. These aren't just frustrating moments. They're messages from your body. Something deeper may be at play. Chronic poor sleep can be caused by many factors. Ongoing stress, a diet high in sugar or processed foods, and lack of regular exercise are common culprits. Medical conditions like sleep apnea, acid reflux, or depression can also disrupt your ability to rest. And as we age, natural changes in our sleep cycles, known as sleep architecture, can make it harder to enter the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. But here's the important truth. These changes don't have to define your nights. The encouraging news is that sleep responds remarkably well to lifestyle changes, and even modest adjustments can lead to real, lasting improvements. If your rest has been inconsistent or unrefreshing, know that it's not too late to turn things around. Start by creating a regular sleep-wake cycle. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps train your internal body clock and sets the stage for more consistent, restorative sleep. In the evening, minimize exposure to screens, like smartphones, tablets, or televisions, especially an hour before bedtime. These devices emit blue light, which can disrupt melatonin production and interfere with your ability to fall asleep naturally. Instead, consider developing a soothing bedtime routine. This might include deep breathing, light stretching, soft music, or even 5 minutes of quiet meditation. These calming habits can signal to your body and brain that it's time to wind down. During the day, prioritize natural sunlight, particularly in the morning. Just 15 to 30 minutes outdoors can reinforce your circadian rhythm and improve sleep quality at night. Physical activity is equally important. Gentle exercises like walking, gardening, or even Tai Chi can help you sleep more deeply. However, try to avoid vigorous workouts close to bedtime, as they may leave your body too energized to rest. What and when you eat also matters. Steer clear of heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol late in the day. These can cause discomfort, raise your heart rate, or interrupt your sleep cycles, often without you realizing it. Sleep isn't just about waking up refreshed. It's a vital foundation for your immune health, your mental clarity, and your body's ability to repair and rebuild. By paying close attention to how well you sleep and taking steps to improve it, you're doing more than resting. You're actively investing in your long-term health. So tonight, before you turn out the lights, ask yourself, how did I sleep last night? If you've been waking up groggy, tossing and turning, or noticing changes in your sleep patterns over the past few years, don't ignore it. These are signals that deserve your attention, because how you sleep today could very well determine how sharp, strong, and energetic you feel in the years to come. Let's now look at sign 5, your appetite and eating habits. The way you approach food after age 70 can reveal more about your health than you might think. A steady, healthy appetite, paired with a balanced, nutrient-rich diet, is essential not just for maintaining muscle and energy, but also for supporting your immune system and protecting against chronic disease. These are key elements for aging well, staying active, and maintaining your independence. On the flip side, a noticeable drop in appetite or a growing reliance on unhealthy, low-nutrient foods may point to underlying health concerns. Left unchecked, poor nutrition can accelerate aging, diminish your quality of life, and lead to complications that impact both your body and your brain. To better understand how eating habits impact longevity, let's take a closer look at the lives of two women, Margaret and Susan. Both 74 years old and living in similar circumstances. Margaret finds genuine enjoyment in her meals. She makes time to prepare them with care, choosing a wide variety of colorful vegetables, lean proteins like fish or poultry, hearty whole grains, and healthy fats such as olive oil, nuts, or avocado. Eating, for her, isn't just about fueling the body. It's a ritual of nourishment and well-being. She maintains a stable weight, feels energized throughout the day, and radiates a vibrant sense of health that reflects her mindful approach to nutrition. Her diet is well-rounded and purposeful. She consumes enough high-quality protein to preserve muscle mass, includes fiber-rich foods that support digestion, and ensures she gets healthy fats to protect her heart and brain. On top of that, she drinks plenty of water, helping her body stay hydrated and function optimally. In many ways, Margaret's daily choices build a strong foundation that supports her immune system, cognitive clarity, and physical strength, all crucial pillars for healthy aging. Now contrast that with Susan's experience. Over the past year, Susan has noticed a slow but significant change in her relationship with food. Her appetite has declined. Meals feel like a chore, rather than something to look forward to. She often skips them entirely, or reaches for quick, processed foods that are low in nutritional value. She rarely cooks anymore, and her plate often lacks the balance her body once thrived on. As a result, Susan has begun losing weight, but not intentionally. At first, she thought it was just part of aging, but unintentional weight loss, especially in older adults, is rarely harmless. In fact, it's often a warning sign that something deeper may be going on. Her reduced intake of essential nutrients can lead to a downward spiral, weakening her muscles, a condition known as sarcopenia, slowing her metabolism, and impairing her immune defenses. This leaves her more vulnerable to illness, injury, and fatigue. When older adults begin eating less, it's rarely just a phase. A declining appetite can be tied to a wide range of underlying issues. Digestive challenges like reduced stomach acid or slower gut motility can make eating uncomfortable. Hormonal changes, especially in ghrelin and leptin, the hormones that regulate hunger and satiety, can reduce food interest. Dental issues, such as missing teeth or ill-fitting dentures, may make chewing difficult or even painful, leading to meal avoidance. Even more concerning, appetite loss may sometimes signal the early stages of cognitive decline. Conditions like mild cognitive impairment or dementia often alter a person's ability to plan, remember, or even enjoy meals. And let's not forget the impact of medications. Many prescriptions commonly taken by older adults can blunt appetite, alter taste or smell, or cause nausea, making food less appealing overall. When your body doesn't get the nutrition it needs, it begins to adapt, but not in a way that supports your long-term health. One of the first things it does is break down muscle tissue to use as energy. Over time, this process leads to frailty, reduced mobility, and a heightened risk of falls, fractures, and injuries that can dramatically impact your independence. Malnutrition, particularly in older adults, doesn't always look dramatic. It can be subtle, a loss of appetite, unintended weight loss, or simply eating smaller portions than usual. Yet the consequences can be serious. A lack of vital nutrients can worsen chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease, weaken your immune system, and leave you more susceptible to infections and complications. So, if you've noticed changes in your eating habits, maybe you're feeling full quickly, losing interest in foods you used to enjoy, noticing that things taste different, or unintentionally losing weight, don't ignore those signs. They may seem minor at first, but they're often the body's early warning system that something deeper needs attention. Eating well after age 70 is no longer just about satisfying hunger. It's about nourishment, healing, and giving your body the building blocks it needs to function, repair, and thrive. Your daily diet plays a direct role in how you feel, how you move, and how resilient you remain in the face of health challenges. To support longevity and vitality, focus on incorporating nutrient-dense foods into every meal. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, brightly colored vegetables, fresh berries, nuts and seeds, legumes, and fatty fish such as salmon or mackerel offer powerful nutritional benefits. These foods are rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, fiber, and essential vitamins that protect your heart, brain, muscles, and immune system. Protein is especially critical for older adults. Unless restricted by a medical condition, aim for about 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. This helps preserve lean muscle mass, maintain strength, and reduce your risk of falls and injuries. Don't overlook fiber-rich foods either. They support healthy digestion, help regulate blood sugar, and keep your gut microbiome in balance. Hydration is another essential factor often underestimated. As we age, the sense of thirst can dull, but the need for fluids remains. Dehydration can suppress appetite, contribute to fatigue, and even impair concentration. Make it a habit to sip water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. If large meals feel overwhelming, try eating smaller, more frequent portions. This approach can make eating feel more manageable and easier on your digestive system. Sharing meals with friends or family can also stimulate appetite and bring joy back to the table, because eating is not just physical, it's emotional and social too. If you're experiencing difficulty with chewing or swallowing, don't wait. Consult a dentist or a speech-language pathologist to address the issue. In the meantime, explore soft, nutrient-rich options like blended soups, yogurt, smoothies, or pureed meals that are easier to consume but still packed with what your body needs. And if appetite loss continues despite your best efforts, speak with a healthcare provider. The cause could be as simple as a medication side effect, or as complex as a digestive disorder, hormonal imbalance, or even underlying depression. A registered dietitian can also be a valuable ally, helping you craft a meal plan tailored to your unique health needs, lifestyle, and preferences. Now take a moment to reflect. Do you genuinely look forward to your meals? Are you giving your body the variety and nutrition it needs to stay strong, focused, and full of energy? Are you fueling your body with the nutrients it truly needs? Ask yourself, are you getting enough high-quality protein, fiber, and healthy fats to support your strength, energy, and overall vitality? Or have you started to notice changes in your appetite, subtle weight loss you didn't intend, or a decline in your energy levels during the day? These aren't just casual observations. They're meaningful signals. The choices you make around food, what you eat, how often you eat, and how much, play a direct role in determining how well your body ages. Nutrition is more than just a daily task. It's your frontline defense against decline. What you eat today shapes your strength, your independence, and your resilience in the months and years to come. That's why paying attention to even small changes in appetite and acting early can make all the difference. The goal isn't perfection. It's consistent, thoughtful nutrition, day by day, that supports your long-term health and gives you the best chance of aging with vitality and clarity. If you're still here and still learning with me, please comment the number 3 below. It lets me know these insights are helpful, and I appreciate you taking the time to prioritize your well-being. Let's move forward with sign 6, your ability to handle stress. After the age of 70, your ability to manage stress becomes one of the most powerful influences, not only on how long you live, but on how well you live. Many people assume stress is only emotional, but its effects run far deeper. Chronic, unmanaged stress doesn't just cloud your mood, it chips away at your body from the inside out. Over time, high levels of stress can weaken your immune system, increase your risk of heart disease and high blood pressure, and interfere with restful sleep. More recently, scientists have linked ongoing stress to the acceleration of cellular aging. Specifically, stress shortens telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes, leading to premature aging at the cellular level. But here's the good news. Individuals who actively manage their stress, especially in later life, tend to enjoy better physical health, sharper mental function, and greater emotional balance. To see this in action, consider the lives of two 76-year-old men, John and Richard. John, like most older adults, faces his share of stress. He's dealt with financial pressures, health concerns, and complex family dynamics. But the way he approaches these challenges makes all the difference. John has developed a personal toolbox of stress management techniques that help him stay grounded. He takes daily walks outdoors, practices deep breathing, and stays connected with friends who support him. He also practices mindfulness, simply being present with what's happening, without letting it overwhelm him. Instead of dwelling on things outside his control, John chooses to focus on what he can influence. This calm, focused approach helps him preserve his emotional health and reduces the physical wear and tear stress often causes. Richard, on the other hand, finds himself caught in a loop of worry. Whether it's about his health, his financial situation, or world events, he tends to ruminate and internalize stress. Unfortunately, that mental burden often spills into his physical health, disrupting his sleep, increasing his blood pressure, and leaving him feeling tense, fatigued, and withdrawn. For Richard, even small frustrations, like a delayed appointment or a simple disagreement, can spiral into overwhelming stress. These minor stressors linger in his mind, dominating his thoughts and setting the tone for his entire day. As a result, he feels irritable, drained, and mentally foggy. This isn't just emotional discomfort, it's chronic stress taking a measurable toll on his body. His blood pressure remains consistently elevated. Sleep no longer comes easily, and his energy has significantly diminished. Over time, his body's prolonged stress response begins triggering widespread inflammation, the kind linked to many age-related diseases, including Alzheimer's, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. The longer this stress continues unchecked, the deeper its impact reaches. One of the key players in this process is cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. In short bursts, cortisol helps you respond to immediate threats. But when stress becomes chronic, cortisol remains elevated for extended periods. This constant hormonal activation doesn't just cloud your thinking. It can weaken bones, impair memory and cognition, increase abdominal fat, and damage blood vessels, placing added strain on your cardiovascular system. Stress doesn't just affect your mind and heart, it affects your gut too. The gut-brain axis, a two-way communication system between your digestive tract and your brain, becomes disrupted. This can lead to bloating, irregular digestion, and even contribute to anxiety or depressive symptoms. As we age, the body's ability to recover from these physiological shifts diminishes. That's why, for older adults, stress can be especially harmful if left unaddressed. So what can you do? If you find yourself frequently tense, anxious, easily irritated, or emotionally worn out, it's vital to listen to those signals. They are not just fleeting emotions. They are your body's way of asking for care and balance. Managing stress effectively isn't just about feeling calmer. It's a scientifically proven way to preserve your health, extend your life, and protect your well-being. There are powerful techniques available, many of which are simple to begin. Mindfulness meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, and yoga have all been shown to calm the nervous system and reduce stress hormone levels. Even just 5 minutes of deep breathing each morning can make a difference. Physical activity also plays a central role. Gentle movements like walking, swimming, or practicing Tai Chi help release endorphins, your body's natural mood enhancers, while lowering cortisol, and they improve circulation, flexibility, and sleep quality at the same time. Just as important is social connection. Laughing with friends, engaging in hobbies, volunteering, or joining group activities can protect you from the isolating effects of stress. Social bonds give us purpose, ease emotional burdens, and remind us that we're not alone. Cognitive strategies can be just as transformative. Try reframing negative thoughts by looking for what's still within your control. Practice gratitude by writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day. These small shifts in perspective can gradually rewire the brain to respond to challenges with greater calm and resilience. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, can I change the situation? Or can I change how I see it? If you ever feel like stress is building up beyond what you can manage, don't hesitate to seek support. A counselor or therapist can help you create personalized strategies to navigate emotional challenges with more clarity and control. Even something as simple as taking 5 minutes each day to breathe deeply or listening to calming music can soothe your nervous system and gradually shift your body's response to stress. Let's now move to sign 7, your social connections. The strength and quality of your relationships after age 70 are some of the most accurate indicators of how long and how well you'll live. Time and time again, studies have confirmed this, including the renowned Harvard study of adult development, which followed individuals for decades and found a powerful connection between meaningful relationships and long-term well-being. People with strong social ties, whether through family, friends, or community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Why? Because close relationships reduce stress, offer emotional support, stimulate the mind, and even encourage physical activity. In other words, companionship is not just comforting, it's protective. On the flip side, chronic loneliness or isolation carries serious health risks. Older adults who feel socially disconnected are more likely to experience heart disease, stroke, depression, cognitive decline, and even premature death. Loneliness, especially when persistent, can be as damaging to your health as smoking or obesity. Let's look at the lives of 2 78-year-old women, Eleanor and Barbara, to understand the impact of social connection. Eleanor maintains a rich and active social life. She keeps in touch with lifelong friends, participates in a neighborhood book club, and treasures regular visits with her grandchildren. She looks forward to phone calls, shared meals, and community events, all of which give her a sense of joy and belonging. These connections keep her mind stimulated and her heart full. Even better, they encourage movement. She often walks to meet a friend or attends group activities that keep her body engaged. For Eleanor, relationships act as a buffer against life's stressors. Her social circle provides both emotional nourishment and practical support, reinforcing her mental and physical resilience, especially during difficult times. Barbara's reality, however, is quite different. Over the years, her social world has gradually faded. Friends have moved away, retired, or passed on. She rarely reaches out to family, and those calls come less and less frequently. Her days are mostly spent alone, watching television, reading, and going through routines in silence. Beyond the occasional conversation with a neighbor or store clerk, Barbara has very little meaningful interaction. Running simple errands has become more of a solitary routine for Barbara, and that growing isolation has begun to take a noticeable toll. Her mood is often flat, and she finds herself feeling less motivated to take care of her daily needs. As time passes, her physical health has also started to decline, not due to any major illness, but from the quiet erosion that can come with loneliness. Barbara's experience is far from uncommon, and it reflects a larger, well-documented truth. Loneliness is not just an emotional experience, it has real, measurable effects on the body. Chronic social isolation activates prolonged stress responses, increases inflammation throughout the body, and disrupts sleep patterns. These factors all contribute to faster biological aging and increase the risk of developing a wide range of health conditions. But the power of social connection goes far beyond emotional comfort. Meaningful interactions stimulate the brain, promote mental sharpness, and can even reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Just having a regular conversation can challenge your memory, encourage problem solving, and keep you mentally engaged. Even more, social relationships often lead to healthier behaviors. When you're connected to others, you're more likely to eat better, stay physically active, and follow your doctor's advice. You're also more likely to reach out for help when you need it, instead of letting small issues grow into serious ones. From a biological standpoint, positive social interactions trigger the release of oxytocin and other feel-good neurochemicals. These natural hormones lower cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone, and help reduce blood pressure, protect heart health, and support immune function. In short, meaningful connection doesn't just feel good. It's physiologically protective. In fact, multiple studies have found that loneliness can be just as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day or living with obesity. Some research even estimates that social isolation can raise your risk of premature death by as much as 26 to 29%. That's not something to take lightly. So if you've noticed yourself withdrawing from social activities, avoiding contact with others, or feeling persistently lonely, it's time to take proactive steps. Rebuilding connection doesn't require a dramatic change in lifestyle. Start small. Reach out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Invite a neighbor over for coffee. Sometimes the smallest gestures spark the biggest changes. Joining a local group can also be a wonderful way to re-engage, whether it's a gardening club, a place of worship, a book circle, or a senior fitness class. These shared experiences foster both friendship and purpose. Volunteering is another powerful way to build connection. It not only helps others, it helps you feel needed, appreciated, and part of something larger than yourself. And if mobility or distance makes in-person connection more difficult, don't underestimate the power of technology. A video call with a grandchild, a group chat with old friends, or even connecting on social media can restore a sense of closeness and inclusion that the heart so deeply craves. Technology can be a helpful bridge when distance or mobility keeps us apart from those we love. A video call with a family member, a message to a longtime friend, or even a shared photo can rekindle connection and ease feelings of loneliness. And if you're someone who feels shy or hesitant to engage socially, that's perfectly okay. Start small. Low-pressure interactions, like attending a community gathering or exchanging a few kind words with someone you see regularly, can open doors. Even brief moments, such as chatting with the cashier at your local market or waving to a neighbor on your morning walk, have been shown to uplift mood and reduce feelings of isolation. If health or transportation limits your ability to get out, don't give up. Many senior centers offer shuttle services or host activities that include virtual options. Online communities, especially those tailored for older adults, can also provide a safe, welcoming space to share stories, exchange ideas, and stay mentally active. And if that feeling of loneliness becomes persistent or emotionally heavy, it's important to seek support. A therapist or counselor can help you work through emotional barriers and gently guide you toward connection, one step at a time. You are never alone in this journey. Thank you for spending time with me today as we explored the 7 key signs that may predict how long and how well you'll live after 70. From balance and grip strength to walking speed, sleep, nutrition, stress resilience, and social connection, each of these areas offers valuable insight into your overall health and longevity. Take a quiet moment to reflect. What stood out most to you? Did one particular sign spark awareness or motivate you to take action? I'd love to hear from you. Please share one insight you gained from this video and how you plan to apply it in your own life by leaving a comment below. Your thoughts and experiences don't just inspire me. They help build a supportive, empowered community of older adults focused on healthy, purposeful aging. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, comment, and share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Aging Blueprint for more research-backed guidance to help you live longer, stronger, and more joyfully. Wishing you continued health, happiness, and peace. And I'll see you in the next video.